trust the process. Trust the process. That's what they say, right? When you're trying to manifest and when you're manifesting, trusting the process is the most important thing, which can be the hardest thing. If you are anything into the law of attraction or manifesting, you know, I don't know where you are at in your journey. I'm 13 years in. I have manifested my husband. I have manifested careers. I have manifested self-employment. I have manifested my kids in order in the exact same ages, in the exact same ways that I've wanted them. I have manifested so many things. And then there's other things that I hadn't fully surrendered and gave up to trusting the process to things. And I would try to hold on to the control part. Some things were very easy. No impatience. It was fun. Like it wasn't something that I felt I needed. So there was no impatience. It would just be something that would be nice. And therefore it was so easy, right? Because I wasn't fighting myself. I wasn't fighting my thoughts. I wasn't having to change my beliefs on something. I wasn't have to rewire my brain, which is a part of the manifestation. Like you get what you think about, but you also get what you believe. You think inside the box of your beliefs. So then that's what you will keep allowing. So then some areas you are like in great thinking, and other areas your beliefs are different. You've grown up differently. You've seen differently. You've witnessed differently. So it takes some work to go in there and reconstruct this, right? And then when you're reconstructing this, you're reconstructing this. And when these things are getting reconstructed, it's like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. It's a lot of chaos around you, okay? Like things that were in your life or were always like in this easy flow are now not, okay? Because has to make room for what's coming next. And it will make this happen. Like you will be guided to by certain the world knows what your triggers are. It knows what your likes are. So if it has to bring you to a trigger in order for you to look at directions to do this, it will. It will shift your entire life to make room for what's coming next. So when you have to trust the process, you have to trust the process. And yes, sometimes it can be like this, okay? But you have to learn how to trust yourself and learn how to trust your instincts and learn how to trust your gut. Learn how to trust your intuition. Learn how to listen to your intuition. Learn how to know the difference between your thoughts and your intuition. What is you're being guided to, because it's always giving it to you in the path of least resistance, which means the path of thoughts that will lead you to this thing the easiest around all your blockers and beliefs. It's always trying to get you there. But every time something happens, you put up a blocker or belief because you're not believing in the process of what's becoming, the transformation, when you can only slowly walk and crawl. And you have to be very limited in what you do to transforming into something that can fly. And there's no limits of where you can go now and what you can do and the speed. That transformation doesn't go the way that you singularly think it should in your mind. It goes as a whole on the universe's mind and universe's perspective, and the universe guiding you to not only exactly everything that you want, but to help you become that person that can stabilize it when it comes. Did you hear that? You have to be ready for it when it comes. That's why you keep getting things that are like very linear time, like step by step, belief by belief. You're waiting for this outside world to make you believe that things are possible. And now it's fun to play with the universe and practice and play around and be like, all right, well, let me just try this. Something that seems easy to you. Watch how quick that sucker comes back. I'm not even kidding you. Say anything. Talk about something you normally don't talk about for 1 minute and watch how fast that comes back to you. Say something very easily that's emotional to you that you would think would be easy and it would be something just that was nice. Say that once and just watch how back it comes back to you. You just can't have impatience because like it's created twice. You create it this way and then it comes back to you. Like it's the mirrored reflection. It's just more of like a boomerang. No, you toss it out, it's coming back. But when it comes back, it's going to be amplified, right? The world's going to give it to you in the way that you thought about it, the way that you felt about it. The feeling is magnetic, and it's what also is in the creation. You're creating these things by your thoughts and your emotions, the way that you're thinking about and feeling about it. That's why people like sometimes try to create out of lack and out of need. And when they do that, the emotion around it is like, hey, when I think about this subject, I want to feel more lack and need. Boom. So then they're not even creating it from the right place, right? So you got to build this trust. You got to build this trust with yourself, your intuition, your knowing, and with the universe. Start with something very, very easy. Notice all the coincidences. Nothing's a coincidence. Everything is because you're thinking of it. Something stood out to you. And the reason why it stood out to you is the reason why it's standing out to you again now. Like if you keep giving it emotional attention, it'll keep giving you to that in that way, in that either a super fun way that you've been thinking about or the like shitty way, because you won't connect the dots unless you connect the emotion. That's why everything's happening. And then especially per subject, like if you can feel very strong about one subject and then have everything else in the world like feel amazing, but if you keep focusing on this one thing that doesn't, it's going to bring back everything. Like you're going to start bringing other things into your life to now feel more about this thing this way. And it can even start making you focus this way and that way, because you can't think outside the box of the emotion you're feeling. So if you're feeling shitty because of something else and you open up a different subject, that you can start looking and getting doubts into this subject now just because of that, because of you didn't enter it into the normal state you were when you normally enter that. So you don't ever want to do that. You want to get yourself into a different way. But the way that you think and the way you feel about everything, life in general and yourself, is equivalent to what you think is possible for you, and what you believe is possible for you is what you will be allowed in. So if you want to quantum leap instead of linear jump, what do you got to do? You have to make yourself feel like it's possible for you. And start by small stuff, or start by being aware of just what you're talking about and where it's showing up. Most of the time you don't realize it because it's so natural for you to think this way that you think that you only think this way because that's what's happening to you in your life. And it's not. It's because of this happened to you in life and you haven't stopped thinking about it. So now it's just everywhere. So you just got to start focusing and thinking about other things. Not that hard, right? Well, it is, because the law of attraction is very powerful and it's like already got its momentum going. But use your time to start doing this little ways. The second you start doing this, and it's not just anybody else's words anymore, and this is your experience, now nobody can tell you no. Now nobody can say it's not real, because you know it is, and you can repeat it. And then you repeat it over and over and over and over, and then you've been doing it for years, and now you know that there's nothing that's impossible. The only thing that you got to do, the only odds you got to defy is the odds that you've put on against yourself in your head. That is it. This is the world of attraction. This is the law of attraction. We get what we think about. We defy our odds because it's the odds that we put on ourselves that make us defy anything. And that's what makes us push to goal. We like to be goal orientated. We like to have these things. We have parts of our body that are specifically for this, our reticular activating system. When we focus on something, it says, hey, boom, check this out. It's important to you. Look now. And one thing will pop out to you that was important to you. You will notice these things. You will want these signs. We are here to dominate. We are here to have our lives, and we got every piece of equipment and tool running for us. We just got to learn how to get our minds right so we can get our life right. We got to stop doubting ourselves and just believing everything that you don't doubt comes to you easily. Everything that you want, you overthink and you keep putting doubt to it. If you can learn how to trust yourself and trust in this universe and trust the process, life will start working out in your favor. And yes, it's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to have emotions, that they are here for us. So don't get bad on yourself because you get a bad day. I have bad days. I am one of the happiest people you'll ever meet in your life. I'm happy-go-lucky and very positive, very optimistic. But between each level of transformation, there's going to be a period of doubt. There's going to be a period of, oh my God, because I'm not used to this yet. I haven't been here before. And you got to learn that this is okay. And you got to learn that feeling these ways are okay, and trust the process. The bigger picture is coming. You don't have to see it all. You just have to trust it and know it, so you can get your mind right and your emotions to stay in the flow with the energy that is collecting for the future of your life to have now. Boom. Trust the process. It's so worth it. And every time that you have a doubtful thought come in your mind, backfire it. So you know what? That's why I got my old life, because I doubted it. Now I'm going to optimistically think forward. What's the difference? There's no difference right now, because besides sending a doubtful thought out and an optimistic one. Change your mind. Try it. Try and send out an optimistic one. Every time does it, just change it, just for the fun of it. Not because you have to think it's real, just for the fun of it. Do it. Let me know how to do it. Turns out, comment down here, please, because it's really fun to hear other people's story. It inspires others.